Guys, so we have a big breaking news coming out November 30th, 2025. This happened. Now, a massive sunspot over 10 times the size of planet Earth has appeared on the sun. It is likely to produce multiple solar flares over the coming weeks, which could lead to bright auroras, the famous northern lights, and alongside the sunspot satellites also detected a powerful X1.9 class solar flare on December 1st, which is the biggest and most powerful type of solar flare. Alright guys, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife Jessica Santiago at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. And for those of you that want to contribute to the channel, we do have the Cash App link and the PayPal link in the comments box and also the description box. Once again, thank you so much for your support. NASA is putting out this information. The sun emitted a strong solar flare on November 30th, 2025, peaking at 9:49 p.m. Eastern Time. NASA's Solar Dynamic Observatory captured an image of the event, which was classified as an X1.9 class. Alright, so I think Michael, Mr. MBB33, he's the one that actually kind of predicted something like this a few days ago. Alright, so let's see what's going on here. So they're saying that this is a massive sunspot over 10 times the size of planet Earth. Can you believe that? Man, it has appeared on the sun. Man, that's crazy. So if the anticipated solar storm or flares are strong enough, auroras could be seen further south than normal, well beyond the usual northern states, potentially as far south as Illinois, Oregon, or even Alabama, and northern California, which is rare and brings an exciting opportunity for sky watchers. Man, so we're about to see bigger auroras than the one that happened in November. Man. On December 1st, today, 2025, NASA's Solar Dynamic Observatory detected a sunspot labeled Active Region AR 429496, which is the largest recorded in a decade and is expected to trigger further solar flares in the coming weeks. There you go. Now, I do believe the power grid and all that is going to be on high alert, possibly radio blackouts going on in the continent of Africa. Now, it says here an X1.9 class solar flare was detected by Earth orbiting satellites on the same day, although according to spaceweather.com, it actually originated from a smaller sunspot named AR F295 rather than the giant one. Man, 2025 is not over yet with the solar flares. Solar flares are intense bursts of electromagnetic radiation. The strongest are X-class flares, which can disturb Earth ionosphere and disrupt high-frequency radio signals. The December 1st X1.9 class flare caused a significant radio blackout in Australia, which affected aviation and maritime signals for about 30 minutes. Man, that 30 minutes could have caused more damage. Give me a second here, guys. So you guys are going to be seeing stuff like this. Now, I live in the state of Florida. We don't see these type of northern lights, the aurora borealis. We don't see this, but we do see like the Sahara dust that comes from Africa. And yeah, other than that, we don't see like beautiful lights like that. Now, there's been reports that people said that the last time they seen those auroras, animals were barking, they were acting strange, people reporting having severe headaches and ear ringing and stuff like that. But can it be because of the solar flare? There's a possibility. Who knows? Alright, so it says here, while solar flares themselves don't directly produce auroras, they often indicate the likely of coronal mass ejections, vast clouds of charged particles, and magnetic fields hurled into space. If a coronal mass ejection follows an X-class flare and is directed at Earth, it can trigger geomagnetic storms and vivid auroras far beyond usual latitudes. As of December 1st, analysts have not confirmed a coronal mass ejection heading in the Earth direction from this event, though monitoring continues. The activity follows an exceptionally energetic November when an X5.1 class solar flare on November 11, the strongest of the year, was followed by multiple coronal mass ejections that trigger a severe geomagnetic storm and widespread auroras visible across much of the United States and Europe. I remember that day. I mean, it was a lot of videos, very good videos too. And you had experts sounding the alarm about the power grids. So what people are saying? Well, according to NASA, solar flares are classified according to their intensity or energy output. A, the weakest flares barely noticeable above the sun's background radiation. B, C, M, X, the strongest flares. Much like the Richter scale for earthquakes, each higher class is a tenfold increase in energy. So, an X flare is 10 times stronger than an M flare and 100 times stronger than a C. Patricio Leon, an amateur astronomer, told EarthSky that the enormously huge complex AR 4294 plus 4296 SUNSPOT require more than 2 days to rotate entirely the eastern limb, and now we can be exposed to any activity in delta magnetic component may deliver to us. Give me a second here, guys. So what happens next? Well, the US National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration and NASA will likely closely monitor these developments as they could impact radio communications and power grids. There you go. Causing potential blackouts in extreme cases. So we like 2 weeks away. Let's say a few weeks or something like that. So NASA, but not only NASA, but you have NOAA, the agency, and I do believe some other National Weather Service and other meteorologists are gonna get involved in this one here now. They are basically keeping an eye on this, possibly the grid, satellites, and we can't forget about those astronauts. I mean, they're the first one to see them. But give me a second here. Let me go on X. I want to see if I can find some more updates on this one here. This is a major breaking news here. Give me 1 second here, guys. I truly apologize. Now, this here does not cause any earthquakes or tsunami and stuff like that. That's like, the moon, high tide, low tide, and all that stuff. Give me a second here, guys. Blood moon, possibly. So this was posted 14 hours ago. Look at this here. You see how they have planet Earth right next to man, look at that. So they are comparing it. Wow. Man, that is crazy. So 10 times bigger planet Earth. That was a big blast. Man, that is absolutely crazy. So a massive group of sunspots bigger than Earth that may possibly launch major solar flares and coronal mass ejection are incoming. Well, according to NASA, it's going to come in several weeks. So this thing blew. The sun released a massive solar flare heading towards planet Earth. That is bad. It seems like the sun is like not looking good. It's sick or something. Man. There will be signs in the sun. Jesus said that. There will be signs in the sun. Look at this one here. There will be signs in the sun, the moon, the stars. Look at this. Jeez. Woo. Now, guys, planet Earth is not that close to the sun. They're just comparing that blast to our planet. You see the size difference? Man. That is huge. So, the coronal mass ejection eruption of plasma blasted out by the X 1.9 flare is absolutely spectacular, someone said. I mean, look at that. For those of you that don't know, the Lake of Fire, hell, is worse than that. Wow. Okay, all these information will be shared on my Twitter page if you guys want to check it out. A lot of people is talking about this now, but that's huge. Give me a second here. Hold on. Man. Spectacular eruption accompanied the X 1.9 flare. Its shockwave set off a nearby filament and even triggered a behind the limb eruption. Dimming spreading across the geo-effective zone. This region enters Earth-facing view next week and needs close monitoring. Basically, multiple agencies are keeping an eye on this one now. NASA, NOAA, possibly National Weather Service. Again, like I say, guys, this thing is going to cause some really strong northern lights out there, possibly in a week. If you can, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And I want to thank every single one of you for your support. Jeez, look at that. I mean, look at this one here. It says, watch the 1.9 X flare in stunning detail. Boom! We also observed this large trans-equatorial coronal hole, which has been active on the sun for many months now, soon to hit Earth with a fast gust of solar wind. In 3 days, during the full moon, the G1, G2 geomagnetic condition expected. Incoming hit. Earth to get hit with something bigger 10 times than planet Earth. All right. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just looking for more information here. But these are exciting times of Bible prophecy. A close-up view of the X1.9 flare shows an absolutely gorgeous and intensely eruptive event. Alright guys, I'm going to keep it updated with all these news. Once again, NASA and multiple agencies are keeping an eye on this one. And there's going to be an incoming hit to our planet once again. NOAA is sounding the alarm for the power grid. And you have NASA sounding the alarm for the satellites and stuff like that. And we need to pray for the astronauts. But again, guys, is a robot to be seen all the way down to Alabama? That's crazy. That is absolutely stunning. All right, thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and share. Till next time later. Peace.